Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Episode 40. We are getting very close to episode 50, halfway through a century of episodes. That seems a bit weird. Um, in either case, we are back immediately after the last one, so we do still have a slightly dying and decaying Kess, Inva, up in the top corner there, trying
Cult
to
of
survive.
Nurgle, thank you. Not
Cult of
Stefan's
Nurgle.
paying.
And everybody else is here. Obviously, we've got Dave and Becky and JJ all prepped and ready to go. Um, we're going to do a I say relatively quick intro. Relatively quick intro. We're going to do the nice fast one. We're working on the Abomination Vaults. We are currently on the library floor. They've been digging through and finding a couple of rather unpleasant locations in the area. We are using the proper module from Paizo. Proper. We are using the official module from Paizo. And we are using all the Sirenscape music that comes with that and a few other bits and pieces. I will say this because I haven't said it for a while. The tokens that we have for the players were made by a friend of ours called Dando, who has it's an Instagram, I think, is the main way of getting them, which we have mentioned before. We'll put a link to that in our chat, probably, in our doobly doo thing that appears at the bottom.
Description below.
In the description below, I will try and remember to put a link for that on there. And we absolutely adore Dando. Looking forward to seeing Dando this weekend with a whole bunch of LARP kit that they've made for both myself and Becky. Oh, it's going to be good. Yeah, so there's that. I'm going to add in one additional shout out, which isn't a shout out, but it's advertising. If you have watched our videos a few times, some of you have come over from a certain someone's Twitch channel. The gentleman down there in the bottom corner, the Mr. JJ Mosran himself, streams relatively reliably on Fridays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Am I right?
How's it one?
I join him every Friday as much as I possibly can, although I'm not going to be there for this weekend. To do a little bit of Deep Rock Galactic, but I figured, seeing as you've sent so many people our way, or attempted to send so many people our way via the media of your Twitch channel, we would do the same in reverse. So on those evenings, 8 p.m. local time for us, so at the moment GMT, but BST when it becomes BST, and the games that you do are currently.
Currently, every Tuesday it is Satisfactory. Every Thursday it is MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and as you say, every Friday is our drink along Deep Rock Galactic.
And if you want to go and have a look at that channel, that is a modern mercenary on Twitch. Okay, is it a_modern_mercenary? Yeah,
It is indeed.
So if you wanna find that channel, and please do, because Jay is very good at his streaming. He's very good at talking us through all the stuff that he's doing. Apart from, of course, on Fridays when we just giggle and laugh at each other and shoot bugs.
And each other with flamethrowers.
Quite often each other with flamethrowers. So yes, so thought I'd give that shout out because you've been doing that for a while, and worthwhile. The cross-contamination, not of the disease sort, please, Kess.
Cross-pollination.
Cross-pollination, that's the word. Yes, that's the right word.
You've been in the same house as me.
I'm saying nothing because I apparently haven't got it yet.
You had it. Don't you also? No.
What? Don't I also what? No. Okay. We'll get back into the game because we're going to do something relatively quick and short so that Kess can go and collapse in a bit and get some well-needed rest. You guys have dug your way through a little bit further into the... yes, I know. Into the various sorts of depths and areas. So... you have dug your way down into these side chambers of the main corridor that you found. There are still some more doors, which I believe was the intention, was to get yourself back to those doors and have a little bit of a further look. So I'm going to put on the stream and I'm going to run the old music for the library level, which you guys have heard over and over again now because you've been here a while, but don't worry, every floor has its own music. At some point it will change, I promise. So
Stairs.
once you find some stairs, yes. Okay, you have a couple more chambers that you can go through. Neffy has been left behind, standing in the corridor, as you've all rushed off, apparently.
Just to make them feel good,
Yep.
really.
Yep, and you are back in the tattoo artist's room.
So, long corridor down there leads to the ascending, descending lift problem that we can only really use from top down, which is good. Explains why this lot haven't got upstairs quite so much.
Does imply the lift addition, though. Potentially. Alright, north or south?
Well, there's one door south, so let's do that one and then move north.
Okay, that's north.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
So we'll go across this nice broad corridor that was previously filled with ghoul bodies.
Hang on, no, I don't know if Fernando.
Neffy, stop hanging back. Where you at?
Thanks. Yeah.
Someone listen at the door. Is there anything weirdly spiritual? Can I sense anything?
And magic.
Weirdly spiritual and all the rest of it. Let me see. Yes. You can detect something spiritual nearby.
I have to do the hokey cokey to narrow it down.
After a little bit of hokey cokey, you kind of get feeling it's in the room right there.
Hey guys, and in the room.
Excellent.
Alright. Neffy, is the door rigged, locked, or otherwise?
The door appears to be locked.
$23
Fine.
and 16.
Nope.
Go again?
Hmm.
Oh, that's better. 28.
You're getting there, but you still need to do it again.
Natural
one.
20.
Yeah, alright. This one was a relatively complicated lock, but you are able to make that one open up.
I then back up.
That'll be me then.
Well, this is the one that's got my stuff in it. Let me go.
Okay, yep.
Or
All
not.
yours. All yours.
Cheers.
Hey.
Ooh. Oh, that's different.
Mm.
3 work tables line the walls of this room with a single stool near one of the tables. A skeleton wearing a light blue librarian's robes lies in a heap beside the stool. In addition, there are several interesting points. Most notably, a ghost just floating around the room.
Hi.
Huh. Hello. It's been a long time since anybody's been down here.
Yeah, we've been hearing that. You know how long?
It's been a good 100 of years. I couldn't tell you exactly. I mean, I don't really see the daylight anymore. But it's been a while. I'm just here putting some bits and pieces together, really. I'm surprised you got in, actually, to be honest with you. While she sat there, she's pantomiming some moves, like she's doing some work. And I locked the door to make sure that none of the other librarians could come in, and honestly, I didn't think anybody would ever bother trying to open this door.
Well, some of the doors down here have got some fairly unfriendly things behind them.
Oh,
So-
I'm quite aware. The librarians, over time, after being down here for a while, after our master was killed, or at least I believe she was, in order to sort of survive, the librarians down here started to do distasteful things to one another, and it kind of just carried on and on. I just decided after a while I didn't really want to be like that, so I came back here to my workroom and locked the door and drank a bottle of arsenic just to sort of get away from them. I've been
Yet something.
like this ever since.
Is that what you planned when you drank the arsenic?
Not really, no. It just sort of happened. I'd imagine it's the mistress's work, but
So what is the work then?
oh,
What are you doing?
well, I mean, one in my position doesn't really get the full story of the whole plan, but what I do know is that Lady Belcora was very interested in necromantic arts, and I'm pretty certain I just kind of got caught up in that.
So what would you like to happen?
I've kind of got used to this, if I'm honest. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name's Jarell Cardrain. I was one of the main librarians of this floor.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Inva.
Pleased to meet you. Just out of curiosity, what are you doing down here?
Well, as you know, nothing is quite as peaceful or restful as it perhaps should be down here. There's been strange happenings on the surface. There's been blue light emanating from around here. There's been dead bodies moving around where they shouldn't be. And some of the townsfolk have asked us to come down and investigate. See what's going on.
Very quaint.
A few quite farm and friendly people down here. You're one of them. We've met some less.
I wouldn't exactly call myself friendly to you. After all, if you've come from the town, it's not exactly. See, I do assume when you say town, you mean Absalom. Is that right?
Well, no, I mean it's Atari, isn't it? The town above.
Atari?
Atari
It is the
never existed.
The name of the town above. It's Atari, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of an Atari.
It's a whole town. Built up around outside here now. One of my friends runs a store of trinkets and what have you there. I'm not from the town.
How very odd.
Would you like us to leave you in peace?
I mean, I as soon as I killed myself, I came back as this. Honestly, I wouldn't have any idea how to. I wouldn't have any idea how to be at peace
I can see there's a door just to one side of you. Would it be okay if I went and had a look through the door, or would you rather us leave your chamber?
I mean, it's still a little bit private, if I'm honest. But I don't think there's anything in there that would really help you. Yeah, by all means, go and have a look.
Gesture to everybody else to stay put. Thank you.
Say, it's fine. The rest of you see, as Inver goes in, this being just goes back to their desk, continues to pantomime, trying really hard to pick up the various implements that are on the table, like constantly, and just sort of puts it down. It looks like they're picking something else up. Puts it down.
Thank you very much, Jura.
Before you stop, the room, a small cramped bed is wedged awkwardly in this room as the walls are lined with sagging bookshelves. On a very quick cursory look, there is another 2 bulks worth of books in there that would be of use.
Would you like us to lock the chamber for you?
Honestly, it's not like they can do anything to me. I just have to keep working.
The only ghost who said that.
If there's more here, I'm not entirely sure about it.
What's the work that you're doing, if I can ask?
Repairing books. No matter what I do, I just don't seem to be able to get away from my tools.
It does seem frustrating and difficult after so long to not be able to do that.
It's not really frustrating, I don't understand why.
If we come up with any ideas, perhaps I can come back and talk to you again.
At any point during that conversation, Neffy, have you tried to detect magic at all? There is magic in that room.
Am I right that ghosts don't normally come up as magical, though?
Correct. Ghosts are not magical creatures.
Neffy really wants to go and investigate. Neffy tells Inva that she sensed magic.
Lovely. And
Want to go find it?
it's not private to go wandering around somebody's space while they're still living there, does it not?
Thing though.
Don't go there. There's a pick to the shin.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna
Neffy will
touch
just
the
go and doodle in chalk on the door to say, "Come back later," like a note to herself.
Yep, that's fair enough.
hustle everybody out of earshot and relay.
Mm-hmm.
We don't tell ghosts they're dead.
Didn't you just do that?
No, I did not. She told me she'd taken arsenic and was still here.
Did you not say? You're the first ghost to say that.
I did at one point.
Also, to be fair, she'd also said I did come in here and kill myself.
Yeah.
She is very aware that she's dead.
I wasn't going to make it as explicit as Moz did last week. But your shit kicked out of us.
That's fine.
But it is interesting that we have another ghost trying to get something done for Mistress Volcara. The last one was copying things, this one is repairing books.
Mm-hmm.
What was she doing? What was the end aim?
Other than just being strange and vaguely evil.
She was interested in necromancy, which I think we'd probably
Mhm.
guessed, not been told previously.
Mm-hmm.
Was she trying to resurrect herself as an indefinitely not alive undead?
She could have been trying to make sure that she became a lich, I think is the right word for that. Wouldn't really be able to know unless we got a hold of her. And by all accounts, she's dead. Although she may not be, depending on,
That is such a
how much of things.
subjective term and not as final as most people seem to think.
Yeah,
Says
about that, give or take change.
There's the Duskwalker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't really feel like going to fight somebody who's not already trying to kill me.
Well, shall we saunter gently northwards?
Yeah, let's try a different set of doors.
Let's go and have a listen at this one. Phelan says, moving up to the door just to the north of the cross passage.
Okay.
No. Okay, that's not heavy.
With an intent listen, you do not hear anything.
Do I detect anything now that Neffy's moved up out of the way? Miles, get off me.
No.
Do I detect anything?
No. Well, sorry, yes.
Okay.
Even discounting the magic items of which you are vaguely already aware, you do detect something within 30 foot.
What about if I stand here?
Still detecting stuff within 30 foot?
Okay. I'm just trying to work out if I'm more than 30 away from that room as well.
Oh yeah, even discounting that room. You know that there's something magic in there, so
Okay.
if you ignore that,
Oh, right, okay.
you are aware that there is something still magical near you.
Oh, okay. I relay that information. Who wants to open the door? It ain't gonna be me.
Anything up your alley? Anything that you might detect in bar? No. Phelan, you got your ear to it. Are you opening the door, or?
Well, I may as well. Give it a rattle. Are we locked?
Nope. Nope, by all
Okay.
means.
Give it a gentle El Shovo.
Okay. This opens up into a 15 foot by 10 foot chamber. Shelves on the wall here contain iron sorting racks, jars, and all manner of bookbinding tools.
Probably her Transparency's tool room.
We're keeping that term.
Taking a little bit of time.
Do you smell something?
Taking a little bit of time. All of the repair items, repair materials that were in this room are probably a little too old to be useful. However, after a little bit of time, it is possible to you dig around sort of like the various bits and pieces and find 2 scrolls which appear to be in good condition. Those of a magical inclination, which actually all of you have got a little bit of understanding of magic.
Mm-hmm.
And with a little bit of time, it's interestingly enough Moz that works out one of them. You've seen this sort of stuff before, and Inver, you figure out the other one. The first one that you work out, Moz, is a scroll of Mending, which is why you kind of recognise it. It's the sort of thing that your order are well versed in keeping hold of copies of, because things get broken and sometimes you need to fix them quick. So Scroll of Mending is one of them.
Tiny.
There are in fact 2 of those. The one that Invar spots is a little bit different. It is called, or the spell that is on it is called Hypercognition. Hypercognition, you rapidly catalogue and collate information relevant to your current situation. You can instantly use up to 6 recall knowledge actions as part of casting the spell. For these actions, you can't use any special abilities, reactions, or free actions that would normally trigger off recall knowledge.
It gives you temporary ADHD brain. Awesome! Because that's pretty much how my brain works.
Yep.
I have this thing, and suddenly I have all these other things that I know about it.
But there you are. That's what you find in that chamber.
Cool. Do we have a thinker in the party?
Have a?
A thinker in the party?
Oh, gods, no.
Bit beyond some rather specific knowledge, I don't think so.
So, the Scroll of Mending are divine, occult, primal spells, arcane spells. So, pretty much anybody that can cast spells can use those scrolls. The Scroll of Hypercognition is an occult only. So, it may well be that only one person in this group can actually cast that.
It's me. It's not me.
It would be. Are you not a cult?
No,
Cult
bizarrely, I
spells?
think I'm divine.
Then nobody can, because I think everybody's divine or primal.
Yep.
Yeah. So none of you are likely to have that. It's probably not on your spell list.
Sorry, which one can't we have?
Hypercognition. I mean, you can have it, but you just won't be able to cast it.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
Certainly do the mendings. I think you can do the mendings.
Who?
Yeah. You would be able to. Invar would be able to.
Invar can do the mendings.
I believe Nephi can as well, because even though they're innate spells, although no, because they're innate spells, you don't have a spell list, do you? You just have.
I have.
Arcane, yeah. You have.
Yeah, I've got arcane. I've got 2 prepared spells.
You have the wizard dedication, don't you? So yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
One each.
Yeah, I'll grab one. You grab one.
Okay.
Oh my god. No, I only want one of them. Oh, that went quicker than expected. Haven't done that yet either, have we?
No, you've not done that door. You are aware that there is a door to the east as well, just here, which you bypassed, and there is the corridor that went north there.
So I vote for the west or the east. Being more likely to. Probably the west is the most closed off and gonna open up less options, right?
You say that, I'd go east for that exact same reason. It's going into a box space. We've already been 3/4 of the way around it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This one down here is the most likely to be confined.
Yep, works for me.
Right.
Muzzle, bimble up, and stack up ready on the door.
Can't sense anything ghosty.
Let me do a selection of rolls. No, you cannot detect anything ghosty. Nor can anybody hear anything. Nor is it locked.
Magic?
We,
No
we
magic.
can't hear anything. As in, we can't hear anything on the other side of the door, or suddenly it's a cone of silence.
We're
Actually,
deaf.
From where you are, Neffy, yes, you can detect magic. Now you can't.
What about now?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so there's magic behind the other doors.
I'll let Moz or Inva do this one.
Miles, you're up.
Yep. Miles will rather firmly, apparently walk around the place. Push the door open.
This bathroom's commode and tub are caked with dust. There you go, that's the entire description for the room.
Bingo for the
bit of
bath
shit.
clothes of shade.
It says here, it's perhaps a blessing that ghouls have no use for this room.
Okay, in that case, then we've got the western wall left. Let's go.
Well,
Magical cache of
You've also
dwarf
got
noshing.
the hole in the wall that way.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, never anything spiritual, ghosty.
No. Is there anything magic? Yes, you've already asked that question.
Yeah, that's why I didn't bother.
You cannot hear anything on the other side of the door.
Is it locked?
It is not.
I'll push my luck again, folks.
Okie dokie.
You open the door to find a 5-foot long corridor.
He steps in, steps on the trap, and opens the second door.
You do not step on a trap, but you do open the second door. This office is brightly lit by several glowing lights in a chandelier hanging above a desk and chair. Mirrors hang on the north and south wall, although both of them are badly cracked.
Oz is going to reach out and, with the half-plated type gauntlets, just try and pull some of the glass out to see if this is one of those watchy type rooms.
No. You pull the stuff down. There is nothing.
Behind them. Okay. Feels wrong that there's mirrors front and back. Feels wrong.
It feels wrong that there's mirrors front and back and 2 scrolls of mending the next, just the next room down.
Yeah. Neffy, you got sharp ears, you too, Invar. Do you want to check this door?
Something I do very often. Am I rolling? It's perception, isn't it?
It is, but I'm rolling it if you're...
Do you are?
Okay. Invi, you don't particularly hear anything. Neffy, on the other hand, you start to hear something from the other side of the door. There is a kind of gleeful little cackle. Goodness me, not a chance. Really?
Hey, I point that out so everyone hears it, because I don't want to be the only one that does.
It's actually in Sylvan, which you happen to speak, so...
Okay. I'm glad you know, because I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I do. Oh yeah, it's on my sheet.
And yeah, continuation of sort of giggling of, oh, no, you can't possibly do that. Oh my goodness me.
Who would clean up the mess?
It's
Mr. Flibble.
Mess with them. Neffy really wants to reply with, you can do it. Like start just shouting through the door. I'm not gonna.
Tiny Potato believes in you. Tiny Potato believes in you, and you can do it.
We're all going to die.
Some of us already have.
Yeah.
I
Encore.
very nearly did. Okay. Point it out, and I tell everyone what's being said. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, every now and again, there's a little sort of, oh, I've got to annotate that one. Yes, gotta put some notes by the side of this.
Follow it wrong. Player just wants to kill it regardless.
Right, let's rock on then.
Open the door. What's going on?
The door's locked.
Neffy, door, Shaco, Kane.
23. Natural 20.
Okay, you do quietly, I'd imagine, as carefully as you possibly can. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sneaky sneak.
Yeah. In fact, did you get that room? You did. As you're bending down to open up this lock, you realise it actually has a design on the lock hole which looks like a very stylised book. With a bit of recalling of some of the stuff you've done, that matches a key that you found on the first floor. So with a little bit of sort of time and effort, you actually managed to unlock the door with the key.
Big brain.
Okay, the door is unlocked.
Yeah, no, I'm not going first.
Moz will do what Moz does best, and opens the door.
Okay.
It's on the floor.
This room looks exceptionally comfortable with a thick carpet, bright light from a glowing chandelier, and soothing incense. 2 overstuffed chairs sit opposite a low table stacked with books, while more books sit on a set of shelves to the west. A softly gurgling fountain, carved to resemble a mossy skull, leaking water, sits in the northwest corner. Sat on on one of the oversized chairs, to the extent that the chair dwarfs this creature, like seriously oversized dwarfs, is
That's a bit racially insensitive.
all right, fine. Is this thing, and it sits with a book and a quill, and it's got this wide-eyed giggle face look on it, and it's taking notes in the book. And as you click open the door with the key and open the door, it looks up at you. No interrupting me, no. We'll go to combat. Can everybody please make some initiative rolls, please? I think you vaguely told me what you're all doing, so I'm happy to accept the general collective ideas. We shall get that, and we shall change the music a little bit again. Let's do music. Okie dokie. Right, we'll start with Phelan this time.
Okay, 23.
23. Moz.
24.
Okay, Inver.
20. Not count. 2.
Okay, and Neffy.
28.
28. Well, you're almost faster than this creature. But unfortunately, it is going to act first. This small... Okay, so it's not actually a large creature. This small creature looks up towards Moz that's at the door. And I
Hello.
need you to make a very important fortitude saving throw, please.
Well, the good news is we've got a hero point back in case this all goes wahoonie shit.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's the old it's blackjack problem, isn't it? I rolled an 11 plus 9, and I don't know if I have confidence in that. Bollocks, we're gonna roll it again.
Okay.
Play the odds. The universe says that I get to roll an 11 today. So that's a total of 20.
It just casts blindness on you, and you have failed. You are blind for 1 minute.
Oh my god.
Awesome. That means if I remember my rulings right, I will need to assess where the target is, make a guess, which we'll have to roll for.
Yeah, kind of.
And hope they don't hit us.
Don't get in the way.
So I believe what this does is it means that all creatures are effectively concealed to you. Just put that one in there. You can't see. All normal terrain is difficult terrain for you, so you are moving at half speed. You can't detect anything using vision. You automatically critical fail perception checks that require you to be able to see. And if your vision is your only precise sense, which it is, you take a -4 penalty to perception checks. You are immune to visual effects, blind, override, dazzled. This is pretty bad. Now, that took 2 of its actions. For 1 action, it is then going to create a small globe of light in its hand and try and throw it at you. 10-foot range, which means you are just in it. And that wasn't an attack, so... 21 armor class. 9 on the dice plus 14 for a 23.
That hits.
It will indeed. It will indeed. So the first thing is that does a whopping 2d4 plus 2 points of force damage, which is going to be a total of 5 points of force damage. But I also need you to make a will save, please.
Ooh, will saves. Is this against a fear effect?
It is not.
Okay. That's a 19 plus 7 for 26.
Okay, that is a success. You are unaffected and you are now immune to the effect for 24 hours.
What's the effect? What was the...
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
I didn't see that coming.
Okie dokie. That is it done. It is, in fact, is that it done? Let me just check. It does have a sneak attack. And you are not flat-footed though by being blind. So
Because that's 3 actions taken already.
it would have been, but it would have been a free action to do the sneak attack part of the damage. But you are not flat-footed, so it doesn't matter. Neffy, it's your turn.
I try to identify it.
Okie dokie. That is indeed doable. Although possibly not with that skill. Let me see. No, you have not got a foggiest what this thing is. You've never seen or heard of anything like it.
Okiko. I mean...
Well, actually, hang on. Before I say that, you... Yeah, no, you've got no idea. No idea.
Okay. I was going to say, did my background affect anything, but no.
No.
Do I hit the thing? I mean... I'll shoot it? Because it's done something to Mars, so I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
Don't like how you said that. That is plus... Go to the right place. 19 to hit.
19 is a miss.
Ugh. Roll high, team. Roll high. So I've tried to recall knowledge. I've tried to hit. And I reload, yeah.
Okey-dokey.
That's it.
Mars, it's your
Yo.
turn.
Well, difficult terrain means half my walking distance. It's a good thing I can walk 10 feet to where I loosely think it was.
Uh-huh.
For my second action, I'd like to vaguely stab at it. Let me know what I need to do for that, Gene.
Okie dokie. So, yeah. It's a very good question.
We fought things that were invisible in the past. We needed to roll to see if we knew where it was, and then roll to hit it.
Yeah, so...
Presume a perception and then an attack?
So you can't detect anything using your vision. Let me just see if that is what happens with concealed. So,
Isn't it some crazy 50% mischance?
yeah, I believe it is, yeah, because I believe it's not even concealed. It is functionally, it is hidden from you. You cannot, by any means, precisely work out where it is. Fundamentally, what you need to do is, before you make the attack, because it, oh, you are flat-footed to it because effectively it is you are hidden. It is hidden from you. You must make a DC 11 flat check whenever you target the creature to make the attack. To make an attack. So fundamentally, roll a d20 and you have to get 11 or higher.
15.
15. So you know where it is and you can take a swing at it, or at least you know where it is this time.
10 plus 12 for 10 plus 12 for 22.
You just feel a connection.
And that will be 10 plus 4, so that is 8.
8 points of damage. You catch this thing. Yeah, it's a fairly good hit, but almost feels like it's kind of difficult. It's going to be difficult to hit this one, especially seeing as you can't see anything.
Absolutely. So having got a vague connection, he's going to reverse the swing and come back across.
Okay, so make that flat check again.
DC 11. 12. And we're now working on a plus 7. That's a 20, natural 20 plus 7.
Oh, critical hit.
Oh, lying. I'm still hitting things. Okay, here we go. Is it 2 dice or double up?
No, it's roll the dice, add your strength, and then double the whole thing.
That's an 8 plus 4 for 12 for 24.
24 points of damage. Now that one you felt connect, and there is quite a sharp shriek from this creature as you barrel into it with that hit. Phelan, it's your turn.
Okay. Phelan's going to step towards the doorway. Your tricks ain't working, pal. You want to settle down before you get hurt?
Is it me or is it the critter? Please correct.
Doesn't seem to be listening to you. It just seems to be mad with anger.
Fair enough. It can be mad with anger and fire then. As we shall produce some flame at it.
Yes, that seems fair.
For a small 27 to hit.
That hits. That definitely hits.
For 10 points of fieriness.
Okay. This thing seems to have been taken down relatively fast and does not look to be overly happy about the situation. Inver, it is your turn.
So I am going to drop Sound Burst, which is a 10-foot burst, and I believe, because it's a corner, there is a spot I can chuck it in over here. It and not Foz.
there's 10.
Okay, move it up.
Yes, indeed you can. Just put it just there.
So that is a fortitude save. Again, basic fortitude against 2d10 damage.
Okay, a basic fortitude. I tell you what, this thing has got, as you might imagine, really good fortitude for a tiny little flitty fairy.
It's a Pathfinder 2e monster. Of course, it's got a good fortitude save.
It's a 3 on the
Everything's
dice.
got a good everything.
It's a 3 on the dice for a total of 12.
No, I don't think that works. DC 18.
Yeah, so that's a fail.
So it can take 8 points of damage and be deafened for a round.
We'll just throw that back in your face. You are.
I like poetic justice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then for my last action, because that was only 2, I'd quite like to be able to see what's going on a bit better. So yeah, it collides with the wall. Bugger off. Down there. Oh, hey, there's a door.
Yes, there is. Okay, it is its turn.
Come and get me if you can. Oh no, it can't hear me. Can't taunt it.
Can't hear you. Definitely can't hear you.
Can't taunt it. Can't hear me.
It's going to try and cast a spell. Now, I believe because of the fact that it has all the components, because it's a 3-action spell, I have to succeed at the flat check because it technically has a auditory component to it.
Form an action with the auditory trait, you must succeed at a DC 5 flat check or the action is lost. Attempt the check before spending the action, after spending the action, but before any effects are applied.
So it begins to cast a spell. But partway through, because it can't hear itself, seems to start struggling. And with a natural 4, it fails to cast what appears to have been quite a hefty summoning spell. That's all 3 of its actions, and it fails to cast.
Hear me.
Neffy!
Yeah.
Shoot it in the
Shoot
jam
it,
bags.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it. That is 26.
26 is a hit.
And it's not flat-footed. So that's just 3 points of damage. And
Okay.
then I reload.
Okay.
Rolled a natural 20.
Alright.
You've got those tonight, haven't you?
We've had a few.
I know! I like this dice! And that's 9 points of damage.
How's that possible with a critical hit?
Because I doubled the d6.
How do you get 9 when you double the
9.
dice?
Because I always roll 2, because that's how I do it.
No.
I can double the, I
You
can double
roll
the 6 if you want, which was the first dice that rolled.
That's what you're supposed to do, yes.
This is what happens when I go from playing D&D to Pathfinder and back again in the same week.
Uh-huh. Alright then. You shoot it quite hard with that one. Moz, it is your turn.
Well, I've got to guess where it is. I don't think it's gone much further, but it's going weird in this room. So, DC 11?
Yep.
19?
Constantly
Bone.
connecting.
It's 11 plus 12 for 23.
That is a hit.
Look at the bones, it's a good one. Ugh, that's a 1 and 4 for 5.
Okay. Everybody else can tell that this thing looks like it's on its last legs. Moz, on the other hand, is just randomly swinging and actually taking chunks out of the chair as he goes.
Mostly the resistance he's feeling is him backhanding cushions, isn't it?
Attack of the sofa parasites.
That's the one. So, having flailed with the halberd, he reverses the swing, just carries it off. Or what he thinks is chest height, but is actually probably a throw height for anybody else. Jesus, that's a 4. Plus 7 for not much, not enough. 11.
No.
And I didn't say its exact thing, so let's try. Oh no, it fails the DC.
Yes.
So that was the DC roll. So DC for the third one is a 19. That's a pass. This is going to be a +2, so there's probably not going to be enough. Nah, not at a 4. Nah, 6 total.
No, that is a miss. That is a miss. Just having very quickly checked over the rules, technically, being deaf does not have casting a spell does not have the auditory component, but for the purpose of this, it's well past the point where I can change that. But just for future reference, casting a spell is not affected by being deaf. Anyway, it is Phelan's turn.
Oh, it's somatic, verbal, and...
It's manipulate traits and concentrate traits, not auditory traits. It used to be once upon a time that it was classified as an auditory action, but it isn't anymore.
Right, well...
Rules creeping in.
You?
Let me just check a thing. Hollering, bite the flappy thing.
Yep. Maureen heads over.
And in with bitey bite. And fails the bitey bite, but the thing now has more things to worry about.
Yep.
And then I'll try and pelt it with another firebolt.
Fair enough.
For 21 to hit.
That is a miss, I'm afraid. This thing is small enough and awkward enough that does not connect. That is Inva's turn then.
Okay. So, I'm going to cast Daze. I'm only doing that to try and keep track of my spells. It's cantrips, actually, that wouldn't matter. Cloud the target's mind and daze it with a mental jolt. The jolt deals mental damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. The target must attempt a basic will save.
Okay, so will save for this guy. Okay. Jeez, a 4 on the dice. My 13 will save gets me to a 17, which is just a fail. Just a fail. Your spellcasting
damage.
How much?
DC 18 have 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage, you say? This creature just dropped to the floor. Moz continues to take chunks out of the sofa.
Moz, we're done. Over.
Settle down, Moz.
Whoop. Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
Right. Olrin goes and sits in this chair when it's my turn.
Oh dear.
Moz gently prods and pokes and finds a wall to prop himself against for a minute. Or for the remainder of the minute.
Okay. I shall do a very, very short re-explanation of this room. Or more accurately, when you find out bits and pieces that are in here. It takes you a little bit of time. After a minute, Moz, your eyes start to clear from the sudden blindness that you have. As a note, if you critically fail on the blindness spell, it's permanent. So at least failing is good with blindness. It's a particularly heavy-handed spell. Neffy, after a little bit of time and being given a bit of space to sort of look around the room, you discover that there are there are bookshelves in here, lots and lots of books, multiple of which have been commented and various sort of entries written in this sort of bright yellow ink all over the books. But there are a couple which obviously this creature didn't get to, whatever it was. As a small note, the book that it had on the desk at the time and was laughing its head off to included a number of annotated notes with various coloured inks, and they appeared to have been particularly distracted by a grisly description of a ritual sacrifice in an illustrated copy of a text called Pathways of the Worm. So there you are. However, you do find a really, really useful book. The book is called Ineffable Hauntings, and it's tucked inside a larger book about ghosts. This book appears to contain a number of interesting things, and with a little bit of time sat with your various allies, you realise that not only is there a formula for the Create Undead ritual, which you now have access to. So as a group you could cast the Create Undead ritual by learning this you'd all have to learn it, but you'd be able to create it. You also find details containing an academic ally of the Ghostly Weapon spell. So anybody that can cast 3rd level arcane or occult spells can use these notes to learn or retrain a 3rd level spell into the Ghostly Weapon spell.
Need to pick up a different school of spells.
And there is also 1 bulk's worth of valuable books. So you have another bulk's worth of that. So yes, you have this rather interesting book which contains a number of useful abilities. On top of that, after a little bit of time, you also search the room and find an iron key with a defaced symbol of Araden between the 2 chair cushions. The key, you're not entirely sure what it would be used for at this point in time, but you have at least found it. On top of that, there is another chandelier in here, which is burning quite happily and brightly in a very similar way to the other one in the other room. Over a little bit of time and searching around, you realise that the 2 chandeliers are actually made of a single torch surrounded by multiple pieces of probably fairly irrelevant pieces of glass that have no intrinsic value whatsoever, but they scatter the light around quite nicely. But this is where the magic sensation that you got comes from, because these are 2 ever-burning torches. So there's all of that, which comes in. But on top of all of that, all of you realise that in this moment, you've all gained enough experience to level up. Say goodbye, players.
Goodbye,
Bye,
players.
Liz.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.